Welcome back to my channel Coin Purchaser, where we dive deep into the stories behind the coins in your pocket. Today we're exploring a fascinating modern classic, the asterisk 1974 D Liberty 1 dime from the United States of America. This tiny 10-cent piece may seem common at first glance, but wait until you hear its full history, how it was made, why collectors love it, and most importantly how much it could be worth today. So sit back, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get into it. The 1974 D Liberty 1 dime, officially known as the 1974 D Roosevelt dime, was minted at the Denver Mint and bears the iconic D Mint mark right beneath the date on the obverse. This dime features President Franklin D. Roosevelt facing right on the front, with the word Liberty sharply engraved beside him, and the inspiring motto "I in God We Trust" beside his jawline. On the reverse is the torch symbolizing liberty, olive branch for peace, and oak branch for strength, along with the legend United States of America and the coin's denomination, 1 dime. This design was introduced in 1946 to honor FDR, just a year after his passing, and has remained in continuous production ever since. Roosevelt was chosen due to his leadership during challenging times and his association with the March of Dimes, a charity combating polio. This makes his profile on the dime more than just decoration, it's a tribute. Now let's go deeper into the history of this 1974 Denver dime. In 1974, the United States Mint produced massive quantities of dimes. These coins were struck in the clad composition standard for post-1964 issues, a core of pure copper with a layer of copper nickel bonded to both sides. That means there's no silver content, so melt value isn't a factor. Because of this, most of these dimes were made for everyday circulation rather than collectors. Among the production that year, the Denver Mint output was enormous at over 571 million coins with the D mark. These coins flooded commerce, from vending machines to laundromats to cash drawers across America. Many stayed in circulation for decades, passed hand to hand, pocket to pocket. Despite the huge numbers, there's an interesting twist: asterisk condition and rarity define value. A circulated dime straight from circulation may be priced at face value, but high-grade uncirculated coins can be far more valuable. When we say 1974 D, that D isn't just a letter. It tells us the coin was minted in Denver, one of the major U.S. mint facilities alongside Philadelphia and San Francisco. This is key because collectors easily identify and categorize coins by mint mark, creating value differences even among coins of the same year. Unlike Philadelphia coins that have no mint mark for that year, the Denver pieces carry the D, making them instantly recognizable. Some coins from 1974 also come from San Francisco, but as proof coins for collectors only. Those are special and not intended for general circulation. Let's talk circulation. The 1974 D dime was made to be used every day. Literally billions were made across all mint locations in 1974. Most of the Denver dimes you find in change today are ordinary circulated pieces wearing signs of age, scratches, nicks, rounded details on FDR's cheek, and sometimes barely visible lettering. In everyday circulations like vending machines and parking meters, these coins were used and reused for years. If you find one in your pocket or jar from your parents or grandparents, don't be surprised. Most of these coins were spent long ago and are now just relics of commerce, fun to collect, but usually common in worn condition. Now here's the part many of you have been waiting for. How much is a 1974 D Liberty 1 dime really worth? Since this coin is not made of silver, its base value starts at its face value of 10 cents in everyday circulation. For most people, that's all they think about. But for collectors and coin enthusiasts, condition, rarity, and grading can dramatically change that picture. In typical circulated condition, meaning the coin has been used, and shows where. The 1974 D dime usually trades for around 10 cents to 25 cents. Most of these coins will not fetch higher amounts at coin shops unless you have a very special example. If your 1974 D dime has never been used and looks pristine, sharp details, strong strike, nowhere, then its value goes up significantly. Light uncirculated examples in grades MS60 to MS63 might be worth around 50 cents to a couple of dollars. Higher uncirculated coins graded MS64 to MS66 can range from $5 to more than $30 or even $40 in today's market. Now here's where it gets exciting. Coins that receive extremely high grades, especially with full torch bands detail, can sell for hundreds of dollars. Auction records show select 1974 D Roosevelt dimes reaching over $1,000 at major coin auctions because they're hard to find in such pristine condition. People often overlook that a small dime can hold big value when it's rare and superbly preserved. Collectors also chase error coins, those struck slightly off-center, double-struck, or with other unusual mint mistakes. These error examples can sometimes sell for several times more than regular coins, depending on the error and how collectible it is. Keep in mind that not all anomalies make a coin valuable. Some die flaws or worn details might look unusual but carry little extra value. If you think you've found a real error, it's often worth having the coin authenticated by a grading service. As of late 2025, demand for collectible Roosevelt dimes has remained steady. Coins in mint state, or with strong eye appeal, continue selling online and at auctions. Values fluctuate with demand, rarity, and grading population. If you're building a typeset, collecting one of each year and mint mark, your 1974 D could be an important piece to add. But remember, condition is king when it comes to modern coins. A dull, worn coin will almost always be worth only face value, while a brilliant uncirculated example could be quite desirable. The 1974 D Liberty 1 dime might be a humble 10-cent coin, but it has a story to tell. From its role in everyday American life to its significance in a collector's album, this little piece of metal connects us to history. In circulation, most are worth about 10 cents, but in high grade or exceptional condition, some can command multiple dollars or even hundreds in the collector market. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone who just found this coin in a jar of change, it's worth taking a closer look. Who knows? You might have a treasure in your pocket. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed today's deep dive into the 1974 D Liberty dime, make sure to smash that like button, share with your coin collecting buddies, and hit subscribe for more exciting coin history and value guides. Drop a comment below if you have a rare dime you want us to talk about next. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and keep discovering the hidden stories in your change. Coin collectors, history lovers, and treasure hunters. Today, we're diving deep into the world of American numismatics to explore an extraordinary coin, the Liberty 1 dime from 1980, minted in Philadelphia, famously known as the 1980 P. Roosevelt dime. But this isn't just any dime. This little 10-cent piece has a story packed with history, value, and mystery. And what if I told you, this dime has been valued by some collectors at up to $1 million? Yes, you heard that right. $1 million for a 10-cent coin. Stay tuned as we uncover why. The Liberty 1 dime, or more formally known as the Roosevelt dime, has been a vital part of American currency since 1946. It was introduced to honor President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. Following his death in 1945, Roosevelt was not only a symbol of leadership during World War II, but he also played a significant role in establishing the March of Dimes, an organization focused on eradicating polio, a disease Roosevelt himself battled. To commemorate his legacy and support for this noble cause, the U.S. Mint replaced the winged Liberty Head dime, popularly known as the Mercury dime, with his image. The Roosevelt dime featured his left-facing portrait on the obverse, designed by John R. Sinek, chief engraver of the U.S. Mint. On the reverse side, it showcases a torch symbolizing liberty, flanked by an olive branch representing peace and an oak branch for strength and independence. The mottos Liberty, In God We Trust, and E Pluribus Unum reinforce the democratic and unifying ideals of the United States. Now, let's zoom into the year 1980. America was shifting through a turbulent decade: inflation, political change, and growing technological advancements. Meanwhile, at the Philadelphia Mint, millions of coins were being struck, including the Roosevelt dime. The 1980 P Liberty I dime was unique for a number of reasons. First, this was one of the early years when the Philadelphia Mint began including the P mint mark on coins. Prior to 1980, Philadelphia minted dimes did not bear any mint mark. So the presence of the P on this coin was a turning point in minting history, symbolizing a new era of transparency and identification for collectors. This dime was made of a copper-nickel clad composition, 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, and weighed about 2.27 grams with a diameter of 17.91 millimeters. While millions were minted, the devil, as they say, is in the details. Among those coins, certain rare varieties and errors emerged, making specific pieces astronomically valuable. What could possibly make a coin worth more than its face value, or even $1 million? Let's talk about rarity and errors. Among the 1980 P Roosevelt dimes, there are a few known varieties and minting errors that collectors go wild for. Some of these include off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing because the coin was not properly aligned during minting; double die obverse, where the design elements appear double due to a misalignment during the die creation; full band (FB) designations, where the horizontal lines in the torch on the reverse are fully visible and separated. This level of detail is rare and indicates a very strong and well-struck coin. The coin in question, valued at a staggering $1 million, reportedly exhibits a combination of ultra-rare features. According to private collectors and auction insiders, this particular specimen has a flawless strike, full bands on the torch, is in mint state condition graded MS-70 by an independent service, and possibly includes a double die obverse, making it one of a kind. Additionally, this coin is believed to have been part of a very limited early test batch from the Philadelphia Mint, and somehow it survived in pristine condition for over 40 years without entering general circulation. So how much is a regular 1980 P Liberty I dime worth in your pocket or piggy bank? In normal circulated condition, this coin is worth exactly 10 cents. That's right. Most 1980 P dimes are still found in circulation, and unless they're in exceptional condition or contain a rare mint error, their value does not exceed their face amount. However, uncirculated versions or those with high mint state grades, such as MS-65 and above, can be worth between $2 and $20, depending on the sharpness of the strike and visual appeal. But when it comes to rare varieties, especially one-of-a-kind pieces with exceptional provenance, flawless condition, and error characteristics, the value can skyrocket. And that brings us to the coin currently rumored to be held in a private collection and estimated at $1 million. Let's address the million-dollar question. Is the 1980 P Liberty I dime truly worth $1 million? According to insiders in the numismatic community, a rare specimen of the 1980 P dime was once privately appraised by a major auction house at a jaw-dropping 7 figures. The coin is said to exhibit a perfect strike, no post-mint damage, unique characteristics like die doubling, and has never been in circulation. While no public sale at that price has been confirmed, the coin's story has become legendary. Just like the 1943 bronze Lincoln cent or the 1913 Liberty Head nickel, sometimes all it takes is a rare flaw, a unique origin, and a passionate collector to push a coin's value into the stratosphere. And let's not forget, coins are not just money. They are miniature pieces of American history. And when a coin carries such historical and numismatic weight, the value becomes more than just numbers. It becomes a symbol of rarity, of artistry, and of the hidden treasures that could be hiding right in your pocket. So, the next time you come across a Roosevelt dime, take a second look. Check the date. Check for the P mint mark. Look closely at the details. You never know, you might be holding $1 million coin in your hand. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the 1980 P Liberty 1 dime. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up, share it with fellow collectors, and don't forget to subscribe for more incredible stories from the world of coins, currency, and hidden treasures. Got a coin you want us to research? Drop it in the comments below. And who knows, maybe your coin is worth a fortune. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and remember, history is in your hands. The place where every coin tells a story. Today, we're diving deep into the mystery, rarity, and shocking value of a coin you may have overlooked. The Liberty 1 dime from 1982, minted in Denver. The 1982 D. Roosevelt dime. And believe it or not, some versions of this very coin are now commanding offers up to $1 million. Yes, you heard that right. So stay with me as we unfold the history, secret details, and jaw-dropping value of this small but mighty coin. Chapter 1: The Origin of the Liberty 1 Dime. Let's roll the clock back to the early 1980s. America was going through economic shifts, inflation was on the rise, and the U.S. Mint was working tirelessly to meet public demand for coinage. Now, although commonly known as the Roosevelt dime, collectors often refer to it as the Liberty dime because of the word Liberty prominently inscribed on the obverse, or front, of the coin. The Roosevelt dime series began in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who led the country through the Great Depression and World War II. His image replaced the beloved winged Liberty head, also known as the Mercury dime. The year 1982 was pivotal for American coinage. Due to rising production costs and changes in policy, the Mint decided to stop placing mint marks on coins temporarily. This led to a fascinating range of varieties, some with a mint mark, some without, and even some with missing elements due to die errors or striking issues. The 1982 D dime was struck at the Denver Mint, which was identified by the small letter D on the front side of the coin, just above the date. Chapter 2: Design and Composition. The 1982 D Liberty 1 dime features, on the obverse, the profile of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, facing left. The inscriptions include the word Liberty, the motto In God We Trust, the mint year 1982, and of course, the Denver D mint mark dot on the reverse, a torch symbolizing liberty flanked by an olive branch, peace, and an oak branch, strength. The inscriptions include United States of America, E pluribus unum, and the denomination 1 dime. It's composed of a clad composition, meaning the coin is made of a copper core sandwiched between layers of nickel. This composition was adopted in 1965, replacing the 90% silver dimes to cut minting costs. But wait, why is the 1982 D dime turning heads in the numismatic world? Chapter 3: The Hidden Rarity. Why is it special? Here's where it gets really interesting. In 1982, a small batch of dimes minted in Denver lacked the mint mark. While Philadelphia dimes had no mint mark as standard practice, Denver minted coins without the D were a minting error. This type of error was not supposed to happen and was believed to have been caught early. But somehow, A number of these era coins escaped into circulation, and ever since, collectors have been on the hunt for the elusive 1982 no-D Roosevelt dime. Now, keep in mind, the 1982 D with a D mint mark is common. But the era 1982 no-D from Denver dies is extremely rare. Only a few are known to exist in high grades. That rarity drives up the value. Chapter 4: Value in Circulation. What is it really worth? Let's break down the actual value of this coin in circulation, depending on its condition and type. A standard 1982 D Roosevelt dime, with visible wear and tear, typically goes for just 10 cents in everyday circulation. That's its face value. In brilliant uncirculated BU condition, it might fetch $1 to $5. But, and this is where things get spicy. If you find a 1982 D dime with a missing mint mark, and it's verified to be the ultra-rare Denver variety, you could be looking at tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of dollars, depending on the condition. Even a worn example of the 1982 no-D dime from Denver dies has been known to fetch over $10,000 at auction. In mint state, especially graded MS-65 or higher, this coin becomes a six-figure treasure. Chapter 5: Market Value Today. $1 million jackpot? Here's the kicker. In recent years, collectors and investors have been scrambling to get their hands on these rare dimes. One such example, in exceptional condition and authenticated as a true Denver minted no mint mark error, was reportedly valued at a staggering $1 million in private offers and dealer circles. This valuation isn't based solely on metal content or age. It stems from the extreme rarity of the Denver no mint mark era, the coin's historical relevance, the collector demand for era coins in the grading. Higher grade specimens are nearly impossible to find, so yes, if you've got the right coin, especially a 1982 D Roosevelt dime missing the D and in mint or near mint condition, you could be holding $1 million piece of American history in the palm of your hand. Chapter 6: How to Spot One in Your Pocket Change. If you're now rushing to check your old coin jars, good. Here's what to look for. First, check for the year. 1982. Then, look above the date on the obverse. Do you see a D? If not, don't celebrate just yet. Many 1982 dimes without a mint mark are from Philadelphia, where that was normal. Have it examined by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to determine if it's a Denver era tip. Use a magnifying glass and look for sharp details. High-grade strikes with the error are where the real value lies. Chapter 7: Final Thoughts. Why this coin matters. The 1982 D Liberty 1 dime teaches us that big treasures can come in small packages. Coins are more than just currency. They are living pieces of history, miniature artworks, and sometimes lottery tickets waiting to be discovered. So next time you're handed a dime and change, don't dismiss it. You might just be holding a coin worth a fortune. That's it for today's incredible story of the 1982 D Liberty 1 dime. Have you ever come across a coin like this? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next treasure hunting adventure. Until next time, keep your eyes open and your change close. You never know what might be hiding in plain sight.